Hello, everyone. Welcome to the newest episode of Social Distance Live. This one is co-hosted by Stella Heath, and this is going to be the songs of Billie Holiday. Really excited to bring this one to you. It's really fun to do a collaboration with an artist and get their curatorial input. I know that some of you may be tuning in because you're part of Stella's audience, and welcome to you. I just want to take a moment to describe what I am or what we are and what I'm doing. Social Distance Live was something that I created back in March because I was worried and saw that there was going to be issues for artists going forward throughout COVID, and I wanted to create a mechanism for artists to both share their stuff and kind of think about new ways to reach people, because I felt like this was going to be something that would be ongoing beyond COVID. I didn't anticipate COVID being as long running as it was, but I thought after COVID we would need to figure out new ways of connecting people digitally. So I started Social Distance Live with that in mind, and I've been working mostly with Josh Windmiller on our Undercovered series, which features artists that maybe are famous but are still underexposed, and having local artists cover those artists. I also do spotlight shows of the local artists. So this next week on Thursday, I'm going to be featuring The Witch and the Wizard, which is a North Bay duo. Tune in at 7 p.m. on Thursday. And then next week, we're covering The Violent Femmes. The week after that, we're going to be covering Kate Bush, which I'm super excited about. So you can find all those events on the Facebook page, Social Distance Live. This event, as I mentioned, is going to be co-hosted by Stella Heath and Josh Windmiller. So without further ado, I'm going to bring them onto the stage here. We have Stella Heath right here. Welcome, Stella. And we have Josh. Welcome, Josh. And I'm going to go
Hello.
And hide in a second, but we'll just hang out for a second. How you guys doing this morning?
Great.
I'm doing good. I'm sending the link to my mom right now.
Okay, that's a good thing to do.
She's a big fan, James.
Yeah, thank you, mother of Josh.
Andrea.
There we go. There we go.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we gonna wait? Oh, sorry.
I think we're
up to about 40 people right now.
So everybody who's watching, just please share this video so that other people can kind of stumble upon it and join. I think we're good to start. We've got a lot to get through. 14 songs, which is amazing, and lots of good commentary from Stella and Josh. So, like I said, I'm going to go hide, and I'll come back in the middle and say hello to everyone again, remind you where you're at. But for now, goodbye, and thank you so much for joining us. Take it away, Stella and Josh.
Hi, James. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
All right. How you doing, Stella?
I'm good.
Thanks for doing this. This has just been a real fun thing that we've been doing every week, and we want to do more co-hosting kind of stuff. It's kind of just been a real fun thing that we've been enjoying. So basically, folks out there, I mean, it's almost like it came from knowing Stella that we would do this Billie Holiday show. I love Billie Holiday, but she didn't come up in my head until, of course, thinking of Stella and the Billie Holiday project, and we were like, oh, this would be a great way to feature an artist, would be to work with someone who knows them so well and that sort of stuff. I cram a lot of information, but it's nothing like when you've actually sang the songs and that sort of stuff. Stella, would you mind maybe just saying a little about what you do and stuff to people who might not know?
Sure. Yeah. I am a jazz singer based here in the San Francisco Bay Area. And since the I was a kid, I've had an affinity for French and swing and gypsy jazz music, and specifically like the era from 1930s, 1940s, 1950s. I love that music. And so Billie is really centered in that. So a few years ago, I had the idea to make a kind of touring show that that really focused on Billie's story, and so that's called the Billie Holiday Project, and we debuted it at the beginning of 2019, and we had a great year, and then we were starting to tour and all of that stuff, and COVID hit, and so everything's canceled for this year, but we look forward to getting back to it next year.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're doing your own kind of live stream stuff. Maybe we can talk more about that later or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically anyone who's watching, like, one of the big things about this whole thing is to find new artists that you can follow out there. There's a lack of like this cross-pollination thing that was really awesome about live shows when we could do them. And so one of the big reasons is to get like 12 or so artists here, and ideally people watching are going to see some new people and get turned on to what they do and stuff. So speaking of which, our first act is someone I don't really know. Do you want to?
Yeah. So Vilray, he's wonderful. He in the last, I guess in the last like 5 years maybe, started a pretty new project with the lead singer of the band Lake Street Dive, Rachel Price, who's just phenomenal. And their project is called Rachel and Vilray, and it's Vilray. I love his writing style. He's like, probably one of my favorite people writing music right now, actually, because he really centers it in that kind of 1930s, 1940s kind of witty play and beautiful melodies. And so they just released a CD that's fantastic, and I think mostly his compositions. When I started the Billie Holiday project too, I asked him, because his thing was for the kind of a while that he would write songs posthumously for people like Billie Holiday or the Mills Brothers, or various artists that are no longer alive, that were making music back in the 1930s. And so I went to see him and Rachel play in San Francisco a few years ago, and he had written this song called These Tears for Billie. And so when I started the Billie Holiday project, I thought it would be a cool way to sort of bring her music forward by having something that was written contemporarily for her. And he was great and said, yeah, here's the sheet music and everything. And so I debuted the show with that song in the set list. And that, so Vilray is awesome. You should check out his work and that CD that he just released with Rachel.
Great. All right. Well, folks, let's check this out. You want to hit the play, drop the needle, get the video going, get the reel.
If you were mine, I would be a ruler of kings, and if you were mine, I would do such wonderful things. I'd say to the stars, stop where you are, go and light my lover's way. And every star above you would obey. Okay, if you were mine, I would live for your love alone, to pray at your shrine. I would give up all that I own, yes, even my heart, even my life, I would trade it all for you, and think I was lucky too, if you were mine. at your shrine. I would give up all that I own, even my heart, oh, even my life, and think I was lucky too. And think I was lucky too, if you were mine.
All right, it's Vilray with If You Were Mine. You're tuning in to the sweet sounds of Social Distance Live, 11 something or so. Who cares what time it is? On a Sunday, just having a great time. Cool. I just want to remind everyone who's tuning in and just having their minds blown and their ears caressed and all that sort of stuff, that you can donate. Please donate. In fact, treat this like a live show if you're able to. You know, we're asking for like $15 suggested donation, but whatever you can do would be so great, because we'd be able to get some stuff for these wonderful folks. Just a little reminder, and I'll keep bugging you about that as the show progresses.
All of it goes to the artists. Just FYI, the voice of God
Yeah.
says all of it goes to the artists.
Thanks, James. Okay, so how are you doing, Stella?
I'm good.
Good. I'm feeling great. That was such a beautiful way to start it off.
Yeah, Vilray is awesome.
Yeah.
So that song, actually, I think of all the songs that we have here, that was the first one that Billie herself recorded in 1935 with Teddy Wilson, who she did wonderful recordings with Teddy Wilson in her early years. So yeah, and a lot of times Lester Young's was on those recordings too. So.
Yeah, that's I started to realize, I mean, I've always kind of liked Billie Holiday's music, but I never really got into these distinct periods, you know?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
We have issues. Josh seems to have gone away. I'm going to try to work on that, folks. But conveniently, since we have Stella here, we have Stella coming up next. Stella, is there anything you want to say to introduce the next song, which is Easy Living?
Yeah, so Easy Living was written in 1937 for a film called Easy Living. It was kind of like a slapstick comedy. And then Billie also recorded this one with Teddy Wilson in her early recordings. And then she recorded it later on with kind of a different arrangement, like horn arrangement. And it's a little bit more modern, a little bit more hip, that second version. But this is like the era of song that I love. And I'm playing with my pianist with the Billie Holiday Project, who is phenomenal. His name is Neil Angelo Fontano. And you should try and check out his work, too, because he's just a fantastic piano player, does great stride, and really, is seeped in this era of the 1930s.
Great. Yeah, so I'll have to add to the description at the end after we broadcast so that everyone can see all the different artists involved and find them and look them up.
Yeah.
Okay, so without further ado, here's Easy Living.
Living for you is easy living. It's easy to live when you're in love, and I'm so in love. There's nothing in life but you. I'll never regret the years I'm giving. They're easy to give. When you're in love, I'm happy to do whatever I do for you. For you. a fool, but it's fun. People say you ruled me with one wave of your hand. Darling, it's grand. They just don't understand. Living for you is easy living. It's easy to live when you're in love. And I'm so in love. There's nothing in life but you. For you, baby, I'm a fool, but it's fun. People say you ruled me with one wave of your hand. Baby, it's grand. They just don't understand. Living for you is easy living. It's easy to live when you're in love. And I'm so in love. There's nothing in life but you.
Thank you, Stella. Thank you. I want to start every morning like this from here on out. This is really perfect. This is really perfect. Oh, is everyone having fun out there? Feel free to chime in on the comments. It looks like there's a nice little community going on there, which is what this is all about. Next up, this one's Fine and Mellow, being performed by Jules Indelicato, making a second appearance on Social Distance Live. This song was, I'm all nervous because we have an expert on the air right now, but this was written by Billie Holiday, I think, recorded in 1939.
She recorded this one a lot, like both Fine and Mellow and Billie's Blues, like the two big blueses that she wrote. She recorded many times. But yeah, the earliest one was then.
Awesome. Yeah, that makes sense. It's such a beautiful song. I think I heard the Nina Simone cover first before I heard the Billie Holiday one.
Oh,
and so
yeah.
I really associate this with the, well, then I heard it from the Billie Holiday one, but I really associate this one with both of them. I think Nina Simone covered a number of songs that Billie Holiday had done.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. And you know, a lot of these songs that Billie did are in the Great American Songbook, and so you know she didn't write them, but she was one of the only women of her time that was writing lyrics and music to sing herself. You know, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it definitely is. Well, all right, let's pass the mic on to Jules here with Fine and Mellow. Take it away, Jules.
Sorry, delay.
My man, he don't love me, treats me all so mean. My man, he don't love me,
Thank you, Jules. Thank you very nice for sending us that video over there, going full on with that one. And thank you, and very happy to have you a part of the Social Distance Live community. Speaking of growing the community, we are very happy to have a special co-host, co-producer, co-booker with us. This is Stella Heath. And for those of you that just tuned in, that's Stella, I'm Josh, and we are on a TV show together. It's pretty cool. Next up, we have this is a rendition of Ain't Nobody's Business. Do you want to give a little intro to this one, Stella?
Yeah. So this song, I find like it's in Billie's repertoire of songs that she sings, it's kind of unique. Billie had a hard life, and she, struggled with addiction, and she, didn't have good relationships, and but she also had this other side of her where she loved things that made her feel good, and she had that air of like, it's nobody's business what I choose to do with my life, and I think that this song, more than any other song, really expresses that. It's if I want to go and jump into the ocean, it's nobody's business if I do. So I really love this song because of that. And then Ben Leven, he's just this incredible blues singer and piano player based in Cincinnati. And he's only 20 years old, and he's just, kind of, taking off. He's really touring great things. I actually just met him, social distancing and live streaming. He popped into one of my live streams, and we struck up a conversation. And we've done a couple of those collaboration videos together, and he's just really great historical knowledge of blues and a lot of jazz history as well. He's got a new CD out too, so you should go check him out on his website, piano.com.
Sweet. Yeah, keep an eye out for Ben Leven and all the artists here. This is, for those of you just tuning in to this program for the first time, this is called Social Distance Live. It's essentially an online venue like any other place that you would see an artist. We do this cover show, and we do spotlights. But yeah, it's all about checking out new stuff, finding your new favorite artist, and spending some time together. So let's introduce you, if you don't already know. This is Ben Leven performing Ain't Nobody's Business.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ben Leven. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm honored to be a part of this Billie Holiday tribute. I want to thank Stella Heath for inviting me. And so here's one I'll dedicate to the late, great Billie Holiday. It's called Ain't Nobody's Business If I Do. One day we have ham and bacon, and the next day ain't nothing shaking. It ain't nobody's business what I do. I am 3 times 7, and baby, you know that make 21. Ain't nobody's business what I do. I said if I should happen to get a notion, I go down to the bank and I jump into the ocean. Ain't nobody's business if I do. And I cried, Lord, 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 Lord. Ain't nobody's business now what I do.
Thank you very much, Ben Leven, for appearing on Social Distance Live with Ain't Nobody's Business. We are here today celebrating the music, the life, the songs of Billie Holiday. I'm Josh, this is Stella, and we're guiding you through these rocky waters and stuff like that as we go through a number of fantastic artists that have put a lot of energy into getting you the good stuff. So thank you very much, everyone. All right, this next one we have Kim Nalley doing My Man, and I don't have much about this one in my notes except that he was originally composed in 1920. It's by French composers. It was originally a French song.
Yeah, it was written originally in French. It is kind of like funny. It's a very cabaret kind of in its original sort of staging. I think it was actually for like a musical type thing. But then it was translated into English, and Billie really made this song popular in English. And yeah, it's got a little bit of like a bad reputation, at least I've found talking to jazz musicians out there, because there's this line in the verse that says, he isn't true, he beats me too, what can I do? And this day and age, saying that so explicitly is not, you don't necessarily want to sing that, but it's a beautiful song. And in the context of Billie's life, she did deal with abusive partners, so I think it's honest, for her to, this was one that she was very well known for. And Kim is like, she's a Bay Area jazz legend. She's amazing. She's been doing music and doing tribute shows to all the great singers. I first heard her when I was like maybe, 19 or something, and she was doing Ella Fitzgerald tribute show at Cinema Theater in Petaluma, and it blew me away. It was amazing, and definitely kind of an impetus for me kind of taking a jazz legend and telling their story in a show too. So happy she could be a part of this.
That's great. And I would just want to add, I really like the theatrical quality of this and so many other of the songs. I kept thinking about how so many of these came from musicals and whatnot. Like, like in those days, like music and theater were much more connected, Yeah. And so it just makes so much sense, and it's such a beautiful thing to see these songs redone in a theatrical context, like you said, like the Cinnabar thing with Kim and that sort of stuff. Anyway, just a thought I had.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, a lot of these songs from the Great American Songbook were written for musicals or film. So
cool. All right. Well, let's take it away. This is My Man. All right.
It's cost me a lot, but there's one thing that I've got. It's my man. I'm cold and wet, I'm tired to death, but He's not much on looks. He's no hero out of books. But somehow I love him. 2 or 3 girls has he, and some guys he likes as well as me. But in San Francisco, I don't know why I should. He isn't true. He beats me too. What can I do? What can I do? Oh, mommy, I love him so. He'll never know all my life is just despair. When he's not there, but when he takes me in his arms, the world seems bright, alright. What's the difference if I say, well, now you know I'll go away. Oh,
the front just gets me. We should have warned you before we played that one that it was going to make you miss live shows so much, but it also just feels so good to feel like you're there just for one beautiful song. That's great. Where was that?
So yeah, Kim has played the Fillmore Jazz Festival in San Francisco for many, many, many years. Yeah, and I wanted to mention her band. We had some folks asking about who the piano player was. Tammy Lynn Hall. And she's just an amazing, amazing jazz pianist here in the Bay Area. And then Michael Zisman is on bass and Kent Bryson on drums. So yeah, that is Kim's band for that show.
That was wild. It was great, and yeah. Thank you very much, Kim, for sending that in. We really, really appreciate it. Next up, we have Gunhild Carling with "I'll Be Seeing You." And yeah, I don't know. We could just let's just put it on. Let's just play it. Let's just do it.
Great.
You want to say?
1, 2, 3, 4. I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places. That's the heart of mine embraces all day and through. In that small cafe, the park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut tree, wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at a moon, but I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at a moon, but I'll be seeing you.
Gunhild Carling with I'll Be Seeing You. I'm sure a number of you out there are just thinking, holy moly. And I'm so sorry I rushed right into that one. That was kind of a host fail on my part. That needs an explanation, I think. Stella, can you elaborate on
I just want to talk a little bit about Gunhild. She's just so incredible. I just recently met her and started playing music with her in quarantine down in the South Bay. And she's from Sweden. She's the multi-instrumentalist. She's been featured on Postmodern Jukebox quite a lot. You might have seen her do some of those videos. But she's just one of the most lovely musicians to work with, and I just want to, she's got, she makes everybody feel good, and I love playing with her. So, I wanted to give a shout out to Gunhild.
We are so lucky on this program, James. We really are. This show in particular, I feel like it's Christmas.
Yeah. Thank you. If any of the artists are watching, thank you so much for being a part of this show. This is a really special one, and thank you so much, Stella, for organizing it with us. With
Josh. It's much fun.
All right, next up, Anna Moss performing God Bless the Child. This is definitely one of the just tunes that you think of when you think of Billie Holiday, isn't it?
Absolutely. She also wrote the lyrics to this one, which is it's awesome. So it's funny. So her autobiography, Lady Sings the Blues, is kind of notoriously fictionalized in some parts, but I think there's a lot of accuracy to it, especially where it pertains to like the music that she sang, the musicians that she worked with, and also like the race relations in the industry, in the world that she dealt with as well. But so she has this story in her autobiography. She was very, very close with her mother. I'm going to try and make this story quick because I know we're running short on time. But she was very close with her mother, and her mother was this share-all soul. And she loved to kind of feed people, make sure they were, clothed for the winter, make sure they had enough money, all of these things. And she had this dream of opening up a restaurant. And so Billie was becoming pretty famous at this point, and she was friends and possibly partners with Tallulah Bankhead, a famous actress. And Tallulah heard that her mother wanted to open a restaurant, and so she gave the backing funds, and Billie's mom opened up a restaurant in Harlem called Mom Holidays. And she wasn't a good restaurant patron. She would still give food away and money away and all those things. And so Billie would come in and she'd try to sort of support the business and give money and all these things. And she came in one night. She'd met her first husband, who was just no good, and was the first person also introduced her to Leven. And so she came in one night and she said, can I borrow some money from the register? And her mom said no. And they got in this big fight, and she slammed the door and said, well, God bless the child that's got his own. And that's, how this song came about. She wrote the song a few weeks later and went to Arthur Herzog, a composer at the time, to help sort of set it to music. And his story is very different, but I'm gonna spare you. You'll have to come to see it.
That's great. Oh boy, thank you so much. That's great. All right, let's hit it then. This is Anna Moss performing God Bless the Child. Take it away, Anna.
Them that's God shall get, them that's not shall lose. So the Bible says, and it still is news. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own. Yes, the strong gets more, while the weak ones fade. Empty pockets don't ever make the grade. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own. Money, you got lots of friends crowd around your door. When you're golden, spending it, they don't come no more. Rich relations give crust of bread and such. You can help yourself, but don't take too much. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own.
Thank you very much, Anna. We are very fortunate to have you on Social Distance Live again. For any of you just tuning in, this is Social Distance Live, and today we're folks are doing songs that Billie Holiday did, and I'm pretty happy right now with all of this. We have Stella Heath, and I'm Josh, and we're presenting these songs for you with these amazing artists. We're so lucky to have all these people here. If you're able to, please donate. There's a PayPal pinned on the little discussion here on the Facebook. And if you're able to, we're suggesting, like, if you can do $15 or so, just treat it like it's a live show. You know, because it's just like you're going to a show, and these artists are putting in a lot of time. So thank you in advance for that. Next up, we have Sean Carscadden. I haven't seen Sean for a while. I used to host shows, and Sean would come and play them in downtown Santa Rosa, and so it's really good to see him again. This is Comes Love. And Stella, do you have anything on this one, or?
I love this song. I've loved his songs since, for a very long time. She recorded it later on in her career. We were talking about that. I'm not sure exactly when she recorded. But yeah, it's like an awesome minor sort of D minor song, you know?
Yeah, totally. And I guess I was saying in between too, we were talking a little bit, just how much the later career, this was in the late or mid 50s, this one was recorded, and that material is really really beautiful, and not always what I would think about when I was thinking about Billie Holiday. I think I always thought of like the 30s-y kind of stuff for some reason, and I just really loved researching and hearing this one and other songs around that period. I really kind of got to dive into it a little bit.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's an awesome period too, and jazz was changing as well. So a lot of times the instrumentation, and just like the kind of chordal progressions were a little bit more modern, a little bit more hip, for the time, and as jazz evolved. So.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it. All right, let's see it. This is Comes Love, Sean Carscadden. Thank you, making a social distance live debut. We have so many social distance live debuts today. This is amazing. All right, take it away, Sean. Take it away.
Comes a rainstorm, put your rubbers on your feet. Comes a snowstorm, you can buy a little heat. But comes a love, nothing can be done. Comes a fire, you know just what to do. You blow a tire, you can buy another shoe. But comes a love, nothing can be done. Don't try hiding, 'cause there isn't any use. You start sliding when your heart turns on the juice. Comes a headache, you can lose it in a day. Comes a toothache, see your dentist right away. But comes a love, nothing can be done.
Geez, that is a good song. That is a really good song. And Sean, you did it great. And it's so good to see you again. So great. This is kind of part of the fun, is getting to see folks again that you maybe haven't seen, for a while, and that sort of thing. You sometimes you don't know what you got till it's gone, right? And it's so nice to be seeing all these people performing. All right, that was Sean. Next up, we have Sweet Megg is doing a performance with us. This is a sailboat in the moonlight. I don't have a whole lot to say about this particular song.
She recorded this one with her band. I think it was 1937, with Lester Young on saxophone. If you don't know, Billie had like a very, very strong musical connection with Lester Young. She loved his sax playing and how he kind of interwove melody around her vocals, and I kind of think of them as like musical soulmates, Very, very close. She loved playing with The song is like Billy would have called this song a Moon June croon tune. So that's cool. I like that. I love that she does that. But she sang a lot of those songs. A song that I'm going to do later on is another one of those. But Sweet Megg is awesome. She's based in New York. And when I lived in New York, I would see her. I was swing dancing a lot, and so I would see her perform. And every time I go back, I try to catch her. And, she's just awesome. I love her phrasing and voice and all of that good stuff. She's playing with Jordan Hyde on guitar.
Cool. All right. Well, let's take it away, Sweet Megg. Let's see it.
Okay.
Megg. That's Sweet Megg there performing a Sailboat in the Moonlight. This is Social Distance Live with our co-producer here today, Stella Heath. And we're just generally here to make your Sunday good and to blow your mind. So we hope these performances are just tickling you the way they're tickling us. It looks like we have a little appearance from our Major D, our person behind the scenes and in front.
I was going to say the
James
underwhelming wizard, the underwhelming wizard behind the curtain.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. Hi everyone. This is James. Thank you so much for watching this show. As we've talked about, this is an ongoing series of cover shows that we do. But here at Social Distance Live, we also do other shows, and we're hoping to expand further and further as we continue. So as I mentioned, I have a spotlight show this coming week with The Witch and the Wizard, which is their North Bay band. And then in October 2nd, I'm actually going to have a spotlight show with Stella. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you so much for doing this show, and thank you so much for collaborating on that. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. And I mean, again, you mentioned that Sweet Megg is based in New York, and I think I wanted to say thank you, Stella, for the work that you've done to kind of make this a wide-ranging show and really bring in lots of different people.
Sure.
It's definitely our aspiration, and it's something that Josh and I are working on, and it's really awesome to have your help and to be able to do that with this show. So thank you so much. Our next one is another Stella song coming to us from a outdoors location. I believe it's Mount Rainier in the background. Is that right?
It is, yeah. I was very fortunate to have a self-prescribed vacation in the mountains. I spent the last couple weeks up in Mount Rainier, which is just magical. It's a wonderful place.
Yeah, it seems like you skipped the fires too, which is, I'm very jealous of that. Yeah.
The worst of Oregon's fires, though, which was pretty horrific. Yeah.
True. Awesome. Do you want to say anything about this song? I'm going to go and hide again.
It's another Moon June croon tune that I love. It's from the 1930s. I think it was written in 1933.
Great.
Yeah, and this was definitely Great American Songbook material. This has been done by so many different people. It's such a beautiful song. That's all I have to say.
Okay. Here's Stella Heath.
All right.
With
all right. Let's. Huh?
All right. Here's Stella Heath. Let's do it.
All right, Stella, take it away.
It must have been moonglow, way up in the blue. It must have been moonglow that led me straight to you. I always keep saying, dear one, hold me fast. And I started praying, oh Lord, please let this last. We seem to float right through the air. Heavenly songs seem to come from everywhere. And now and there's moonglow way up in the blue. I always remember that moonglow gave me you. It must have been moonglow way up in the blue. It must have been moonglow that led me straight to you. I always keep saying, dear one, hold me fast. And I started praying, oh Lord, please let this last. We seem to float right through the air. Heavenly sounds seem to come from everywhere. And now and there's moonglow way up in the blue. I always remember that moonglow gave me you. That moonglow gave me you.
That is Stella Heath, also our co-conspirator on making this little show happen. We hope you're enjoying this, and I know I certainly enjoyed that performance and all the other ones that we have. Thank you so much for taking the time and doing that, Stella, and for giving me a much needed glimpse of nature. I've just been at home a lot, and it's just so beautiful to see that and to see music, in a field and stuff. I mean, that's one of the things, is like we can't get together right now indoors, like clubs or bars or anything like that. But it's like I should just bring my guitar out to a field like that. That looked beautiful, and bringing music to outside places. That was really beautiful.
Yeah, it's kind of my favorite thing to combine to my two favorite things, which is nature and music.
You've had a few videos like that. Yeah, totally. That's a really good point. Yeah. Cool. Well, good on you, Stella. All right. Next up, this is a friend of mine. This is Adam Lessnau performing They Can't Take That Away From Me. This is a Gershwin song from a movie, Shall We Dance with Fred Astaire, published and written in 1937, recorded in 1937. Everything happened in 1 year with this, which is super, super cool. Adam's a performer from the North Bay, lives in New Orleans now. That's kind of all I have to say about this song. Stella, did she do a lot of like Gershwin kind of material?
She did quite a few Gershwin songs, but not that many.
Beautiful songs though.
Gershwin's fantastic. I have to say, I really love Adam's sense of humor to this Beauty video. I enjoyed it watching.
Yeah, for sure.
Adam's a ham. We love Adam. And making a social distance live debut as well. Jeez, wow. Okay, so let's hit the play button. Take it away, Adam. It's Adam Lessnau.
The way you wear your hat, the way you sip your tea, the memory of all that. No, they can't take that away from me. The way your smile just beams, the way you sing off key, the way you haunt my dreams. No, they can't take that away from me. Oh, we may never meet again on that bumpy road to love. And still I'll always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we danced till 3, the way you changed my life. No, say they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away from me. Never meet again. Oh, on that bumpy road to love. Still I'll always keep the memory of the way you hold your knife, the way we danced until 3, the way you changed my life. No, they can't take that away from me. No, you can't take that away. Can't take that away.
take that away. Say you can't take that away from me. That they can't take that away from me. Can't take it, baby.
Adam Lessnau performing They Can't Take That Away From Me. We are doing songs associated, performed by, and written by some of them, Billie Holiday. So thanks Adam for being a part of this. It was great. Next up we have this is Stormy Weather. Featuring Lauren from Royal Jelly Jive. We're very, very excited to have this. Lauren sang on our Tom Waits episode just a couple last Friday or something like that.
Which you can find in the video section of Social Distance Live. Go to the video section.
Who was that?
It's
yeah,
really
we
good.
have so many different videos under the video section on Social Distance Live's Facebook and YouTube. We've been doing a bunch of these shows, and you can check them out. Stuff by like The Clash and Bjork and stuff like that. It's fun. In fact, while you're there on Social Distance Live, click the notification button and a follow button so that you can see all this other fun stuff that's coming up. Like James said, Stella is having a spotlight of her own coming up. So be sure to like the page, follow the YouTube, and hit the notification button because we have so much fun stuff coming up just like that. All right. Yeah, let's go with the Lauren. Let's go with Lauren performing Stormy Weather. Sorry, lost it for a second there. Take it away, Lauren.
Don't know why there's no sign up in the sky. Stormy weather. Since my man and I ain't together, I keep on raining all the time. Life is bare, gloom and misery everywhere. Stormy weather. I just can't keep my poor self together. I'm so weary all of the time. So weary all the time. Since he went away, the blues came in and met me. If he stays away, old rocking chair is gonna get me. All I do is pray the Lord above will let me walk in the sun once more. I can't go on. All I had in life is gone.
keep my poor self together. I'm so weary all the time. I'm so weary all the time. I'm so weary all of the time.
Thank you so much, Lauren. Thank you for returning to Social Distance Live and giving us that rendition of Stormy Weather. Next up, we have Susy Dugan. Susy making a Social Distance Live debut here. She's performing, she's performing Summertime. I'm having a good time here. Stella, how are you doing?
I'm great. I'm having a fantastic time. I love hearing all these different voices and interpretations of the songs. It's really lovely.
Yeah, I agree. All right. Well, let's hit that button. Let's see what Susy's up to. Take it away, Susy, with your video. Thank you, Susy, for getting us that video there, and for putting your heart and soul into this. And everyone, there's so much passion out there today. It's really, I've really come to look forward to these every Sunday as just a kind of hopeful, joyous thing. We have a few more of these coming up, of course. Just to give you a heads up, we have one more song, and so sit tight. We're gonna hit that in just a second. But I just want to say first that we have a couple more of these coming up. Next week is Violent Femmes, right? And then the week after that, 2 Sundays from now, we're doing a Kate Bush show. So Violent Femmes next, Kate Bush after that. And we have so many other things coming up. James is up to all sorts of stuff. Stella has a spotlight coming up, and just stay tuned for that. And if you've had a good time this morning, please donate. We have these fantastic artists who really, like I said, poured their heart and soul into this, and it'd be great to get them some money. So we're suggesting like $15 if you can do it. Just treat it like you're going to a show, and yeah, I know everyone will really appreciate it. So this is Social Distance Live. This one is co-produced, co-booked, and co-hosted with Stella Heath here. And Stella, thank you so much for this. This is like really been extra special for me from these shows, So
thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, I appreciate all the time and energy you put into this, and your knowledge of Billie Holiday and her music is just, it's really one of the things that really gets me about these shows, is just delving in deep. And so I personally am so happy and thankful to have such a great resource and being able to have this opportunity to engage in these songs on a deeper level with you. So thanks so much. Next, okay, so actually, in fact, I'm going to just take a step back here, and Stella, I'd love it if you
sure.
take us out from here.
Okay, sure. I guess Billie would always end her shows with the song "Strange Fruit," and I was really happy that Cristen Spencer, who's based in Oakland, chose to do this song in the show, because I feel like a show about Billie Holiday it should include Strange Fruit, and there's a lot of history to this song, and I know that we're running out of time, but I'll give a little bit about it. So it was written by a man named Abel Meeropol, who he was a member of this communist group, and he lived in New York City. He was a teacher, and he read about lynching that happened in the South. And it sickened him and moved him to write this poem, which he set to music. And so if Billie were going to, introduce this song, and there's actually some recordings of her doing live shows of this song and introducing it, she says, "This is a song written especially for me." It wasn't exactly written for her. His wife sang it, and a few people in that communist group sang it. And Billie had just been touring the South with Artie Shaw's band, and this was the first time in history, I think, that a black woman was fronting an all-white band and touring the South. And so she had a lot of racism on that tour, and she was coming back into New York City, and this kind of like perfect storm of events was happening. This club was just set to open. It was called Cafe Society, and this was the first desegregated club it was in West Village, and it was because clubs up in Harlem had been desegregated for quite some time, but this was the first one downtown that had been. And so she was slotted to open up the first couple weeks of this club, and so a meeting took place before it opened with her, Abel Meeropol, and her managers, and they asked her to sing "Strange Fruit" at the opening. And in her autobiography, she says she dug it right off and she wanted to sing it right away, but everybody else that bore witness to that meeting said that she didn't want to sing it at first. And in her career, which was completely blossomed, it was a really huge step to take on a racial protest song of this kind, and it took a lot of courage, I think, for her to take it on. And then when she did decide to do it, she poured herself into doing it justice. And when she started performing it, especially, just the content of it and the gravity of it would make her physically ill after each performance. But it was a song that really, changed her career in a lot of ways. And it's still relevant. It's still so relevant today. So I'm really glad that Cristen Spencer decided to do this, and just to say a little bit about her, and she's like pretty new on my radar. I heard her do like just this very kind of impromptu video of It's Almost Like Being in Love, and it was just so free and beautiful, and I contacted her about this show, and I'm super happy that she could be part of it. So
cool. All right, let's hit play.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. Thank you all so much.
Thank you and goodbye. Thank you, Stella.
1, 2, 3, 4. Southern trees bear a strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the root, black bodies swinging through the summer breeze, strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees. Pastoral scene through the gallant south, the bulging eyes and the twisted mouth, scent of magnolias, sweet and fresh, then the sudden smell of burning flesh. Here is a fruit for the crow to pluck, for the rain to gather,